Welcome to another episode of the Authentic Podcast with Tanner and Jared. What's up, Jared?
And
Kimberly Tilton. How you doing, Kimmy? Hey,
good.
Love the vibes of this place. If you're
Good.
looking on our YouTube, you did great, Kimberlyn.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for doing everything.
Looks good.
Looks fantastic.
Feels good too. I
Oh
just
my
feel
gosh,
like so
it's a
relaxed,
vibe.
and it is.
The ambiance, it's just a vibe
It's
in here.
relaxing. Yeah.
So, good job, Kimmy.
Thanks.
Well, today, Jared, first off, how are you? How are you
Great.
doing?
I feel good today.
I do too. It's 66 degrees high in February in
Yep.
Kansas. That doesn't happen.
Golfing tomorrow.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
So, well, what do we have on the episode today? Because I'm excited about this one.
Oh, I'm really excited about this. We kind of just like put it off just because we knew it would probably be kind of like the pinnacle of our
Yeah, the one that we like the most.
conversation. Today we're talking about Overland Park, specifically North Overland Park.
And what is considered North Overland Park for those Kansas City people that are listening?
Unofficially, it is the 435 highway.
Split.
Yeah.
Yep. That's
Unofficial.
yeah, I'm not sure what the official is, but for us, anything north of 435 that's in Overland Park is considered North Overland Park.
Or College Boulevard if you if you don't know the highway.
Yeah.
Because College is kind of the street that
Splits.
splits primarily. But North Overland Park, or
Yep.
what I call Old Overland Park.
Yep, exactly what it is Old Overland Park. And what we love about it most is, I mean, all three of us have lived there. You two still live there. I lived there for 3 years prior to moving out to Lenexa. And
Sell out.
I know, man.
Loser.
If I could have built my house in Old OP, I would have.
Yep.
In a heartbeat. We loved every aspect of it. You just can't build there because it's awesome. So let's dive in. First off, what about Old OP? What about North OP? Like, what is it that makes it something special, something where you want to call home, where you do call home? What about it do you love?
I mean, so when I bought my first house in Old Overland Park, I was at 77th and Metcalf. In 2018.
Okay.
That was my very first home, and so very special to me just because of that. And I don't think at the time we really knew what we were doing. It was just kind of that's where the affordable housing was.
Right.
Because Old Overland Park had so many 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom houses, which was incredible. So that's what we could afford. That's what we bought. Ended up falling in love with it because we were just right down the street from
Everything.
downtown Overland Park.
Yeah.
Which has exploded into things that I could never have imagined back then. But I never told myself I was never going to leave, and I don't think I ever will. But I moved from 77th Street to 91st Street to 85th Street. Now I'm at 99th Street,
Wow.
and all between Metcalf and Lamar the entire time.
That is wild. So, and those that don't know, Metcalf and Lamar, it's like a mile radius.
A mile radius.
A mile from Lamar to Metcalf.
It's like one street over, like one, right?
Yeah, it's like
Less
Like-
than a mile, maybe.
a block.
Yeah, like a block.
It's insane.
Yeah.
That is wild.
So it's like I said, I will never leave the area, and I love it. And I think it's the charm of what that is there's so many unique houses.
Mhm.
You go to, I don't know, I'll just spitball, new construction in Lenexa,
Yeah, that
and
one.
everything looks exactly the
same.
same. And yeah,
2 doors down has the exact same house as me,
right,
and then 4 houses down from that has the exact same house for me,
right.
and then the street behind me has
Oh,
the
do you live
exact
over?
same
I'm
house.
sorry. Do you live over there?
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They're
Oops.
all like white or black.
Yeah.
No brick.
Listen, I'm your typical Johnson County guy with a baby, 2 golden doodles, a modern farmhouse, and a blonde wife. I fully embrace that.
They're basic
That is true.
bitch.
But I mean, he is. He really is. But I mean, think about it. Like that's back when builders they would build like a handful of houses at a time.
Yep.
So you might have 4 houses in a subdivision that the same builder built.
Right.
And then you go 2 doors down and another builder built that home. And it was before there were these massive same builder subdivisions
Mhm.
for the most part. And because of that, they are just incredibly charming, and they've been around for 60 years.
Yep.
60, 70 years. So everybody's kind of put their good, bad, and otherwise put their touches on them.
Right. Yeah, and it's starting to change some, but it's affordable for people compared to if you go way south Overland Park or if you go out to new build country. It's more affordable housing, but it also has a few $1 million listings in it. And I'm sure you'll come in and talk about that a little bit, but it
Yeah.
has literally a wider range of everything that you can find. Like it's kind of what you're talking about. If
Yeah.
you can find a $300,000 time home buyer home, or which was like a 200 about 5 years ago, crazy appreciation in old OP and stuff. North OP is insane. Or you can find $1 million home.
You know what's crazy is you didn't even look at my notes, but literally that's what I have on here. And you're right. You're actually right.
See,
The
I don't
average.
need notes.
Here's what's
soul
crazy.
brothers. These are
Because
soul brothers.
We are. We're tracking on the same.
I'm
Wait-
picking up what you
wait,
put down,
wait.
baby.
Yeah.
Come on.
We're on the same cycle. Okay, so you talked about why Overland Park is so great. And in my opinion, it is the charm.
It is.
So what I've done is I've looked at 1 to 3 bedroom houses. Nothing more than that, because I like the smaller.
Right.
The point of being in Overland Park is that old Overland Park is you're probably no kids, maybe 1 kid.
First time home
You're in a
buyer.
great school district, but yeah, you're
Dinks.
dinkwads, sinkwads, you know,
Yep.
all that stuff. What was the newest one I heard? I don't think it's PG.
This isn't a PG podcast.
It was funny. I can't remember what it was. If I remember it,
Shout it out.
I'm not gonna say it out loud until I can come up with the actual acronym, because I know what the acronym is. I just don't know what the letters stand for. Well, the hint is that the first of it starts with dual income.
I'll think of it.
Anyway, so yeah, we're talking about 1 to 3 bedroom houses. We are talking about the last 5 years.
Yep.
Which is what you said, which is crazy. Average price in 2018, 5 years ago, $205,000,
Yeah,
$206,000. Fast forward for 2023, average price. Do you want to take a guess?
$317.
$315.
No.
Damn, he didn't even look at my. He didn't.
He knew.
But here's
That's
where
insane.
the charm comes in. I'll ask Kimmy this. This is Kimmy. Kimmy, how many new construction homes were in Old Overland Park in 2018?
New construction?
Yeah.
10.
3.
Ah!
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, right.
That's it?
That's it.
Huh.
Now, fast forward to 2023.
How many?
How many new construction homes were in Old Overland Park? North of 435. How many total all of last year?
1.
I still don't think it's that many either. 15.
3.
Wow.
So that's when you talk about charm.
That's
There is
wild.
nothing new
Nothing
coming
there.
Right.
Nothing
in.
new.
And over the years it hasn't, which is to me is incredible. Now there's been a few teardowns and rebuilds,
Right.
and that's especially like everybody's kind of bleeding over from Prairie Village now.
Because you
So
have to.
You're seeing everybody cross that null line where you're starting to see these
Yep.
new construction
Yep.
houses come up, because Overland Park does have the right school districts and the right location that people want. But that to me was fascinating
That is very fascinating.
because I was expecting quite a bit.
Yeah. And the appreciation without the new builds shows what's all going on in North OP as well.
53% over the last 5 years is the increase in pricing.
That's insane.
That is
So, like,
And I
10%
truly
here.
believe, and I mean this, that's where I have any rentals that I buy and any investments, I'm trying to buy in North OP.
Right.
And the reason is, like you said, 1 is that charm and it's the first time home buyer area, but 2, I truly believe that in 5 years from now, those houses will continue to appreciate at a very high level.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they are building so much around it and so much entertainment spots and restaurants. They just built a Quick Trip. Like there's so much going on that's right here in North OP that I truly believe that it's the best investment in the area.
And because this is still your first time home buyers.
Yep.
So legitimately that because they're not building these massive houses, they're just gonna but they're not making these 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom houses anymore.
Yep.
Unless you want a condo.
Right.
So these become highly desirable, and I think they will always be desirable.
Yep.
But the
That's
last stat
fantastic.
that I'll tell you too before we move on to the fun stuff is now I do want to specify single family homes is what I'm talking about
Yes.
across the board.
Yep.
667 in 2018, 667 houses were in that 1 to 3 bedroom category.
Okay.
2023, of the same category, only 443 houses were sold in that.
Oh,
that
sold.
range.
Okay.
So you've had a 40% decrease in inventory over
Wow.
5 years, and I believe it's because of people keeping their houses as rentals.
I'm one of them. I can't blame people for it.
Yeah,
It's
so
fantastic.
it's going to be harder and harder, which is going to continue to allow
Drive
price.
prices.
We talk about every podcast of inventory and
Exactly.
desirability. So anyway, that's all the
Wow,
real estate
that's also
stuff.
very interesting too.
Yeah.
Huh. That's a great stat. And it's, like I said, I truly believe it's the best investment on the Kansas side. I don't know Missouri as well, but on the Kansas side, I truly believe that's the best spot to hold rentals
Yeah.
and to hold investment real estate because of the appreciation. If you don't cash flow right now because of the interest rates, name a better return that you can get than 50% in 5 years, like you just said.
I wish I would have sold my first house. I bought my first house for $181.
That is wild.
And it was, again, over there in Old Overland Park. And legitimately, it sold last year, I think, for $325. Which
Wow.
I wish, I was like, man, I was not in a place to keep it.
Yeah.
But man, I sure wish I would have.
I mean, like, so we rent where we're at. Don't come for me, I still rent my house. But our landlord has literally like 15 houses in North OP that she is the landlord for. So like on my street, she is the landlord for 5 houses. She's the landlord for 5 houses behind me on the street. Like she's just cash flowing on all of these houses in North OP, and they're great houses, great location.
Most
It's
are probably
crazy.
great tenants because it's the
Yeah.
spillovers from Prairie
'Cause,
Village
yeah.
that don't want to spend $2,500
And
to
they're
$3,000
like,
for the
yeah,
same
they're
house.
like married couples or like older couples that are just living either without children now or no children or
No, it's,
one.
I'm telling you, it's my favorite spot. Don't go looking for it because I'm looking for it.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Don't buy a house because I
North
need to
Overland
buy a
Park's
house
terrible.
there.
Do not.
Yeah, do not
It's
do it.
terrible.
Do
Don't
not
buy a
do
house
it.
there because Kimmy has to buy a house there.
Pretty sure that's. I know that's illegal in my industry. I can't say that. So.
Oh, yeah, it's
I
completely.
just want to specify that was a joke.
Yeah,
That was
a
all
joke.
Kimmy.
I am
That
not
was
steering.
Kimmy said
No,
that.
it was-
We're not redlining.
Wasn't true.
Right. Red light. Yeah.
So, all right. Well, let's talk about. Well, first off, I know we usually do this at the end, but it's a big part of what we're coming to of some restaurants, some areas around it. What are we sipping today?
Oh, this was Parisi downtown,
It's in downtown Old OP.
right by String Hall.
Yep, across from Strang Hall. I'm gonna be 100% honest. It is my favorite coffee shop in Kansas City right now.
Right now,
and that's
absolutely.
saying a lot, considering how
Me
much
too.
I have coffee and how many coffee shops I go to. The ambiance of that Parisi right there in Old OP is awesome. It's a great place to be. The staff is extremely friendly, but honestly, it's the best espresso and latte that I have had in a long time.
I 100%
It's
agree.
by far my favorite.
Jared called it the best coffee in town.
It is.
It
It is.
It is.
It's so good.
I mean, its quality is always good. Now you could never get a seat.
Yeah,
That's
so
my only
yeah.
complaint is you can never get a seat. But what's funny about this is obviously the when we first talked about this, our go-to was going to be Summer Moon.
Yep.
Because you and I,
Big Summer Moon people.
I'm convinced
Thanks.
you and I are the reason Summer Moon was so successful.
I
when
am
they
too,
first
man,
started.
because we were there all the time. We had
Always
events
posting about
there.
it. Yeah.
We posted about it 24/7. I probably have 100 people that still message me about where I had someone today. I posted that I went to Parisi this morning, and I had someone message me, "You're cheating on Summer Moon."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. This is saying a lot, but man, this has freaking taken off. It's so good.
Should we tell the story about our falling out with Summer Moon?
Oh no. Wait,
Or
hold
not.
on. Before that, do you know a fun fact about Parisi?
I would love to.
It's where you offered me my job, Tanner.
It is. That's where we met.
Oh, interesting.
Special place.
Wow. That's how we started our bond.
I
And
know.
they're in the airport now too.
Yeah, they are. It's
Maddie and I
amazing.
just stopped there 2 days ago because Maddie thinks it's the best latte in KC too.
There you go.
It is
It's
great.
hard to please my wife, so that makes me happy.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a
Anyways,
long
go.
episode because we're gonna talk about so.
Well, talk about your. I mean, if it's not mean towards Summer Moon, talk about it.
I mean, it's not a good look for Summer Moon, but it's not mean. It was just an experience.
Would
We
like
can-
to
we
say
can
that they've
scrap it.
gotten better, though. Would like
Yeah,
to
they're
say
back.
that
They're still
they
good.
came
I
back.
still like Summer Moon.
They came back. They
They
went
came back.
downhill for a while.
Yeah,
But
they. I think.
should we just scrap the story?
Long story short, changed management for a little bit. Still same owners. Owners took back over, and it completely. They're back. They're
That's
good
not
again.
the story I'm talking about.
Which one are you talking about?
When we had our event.
Oh, that. Oh god.
Should we scrap it? Should we tell
Yeah.
tell our 2 listeners?
I want to hear it, so
All right,
go.
I'll give the yeah. So Tanner and I did an event there.
It was awesome.
Several years ago, where we basically just invited our clients, like, hey, come to
Oh, yeah.
Summer Moon. We will buy your coffee. You don't have to stay long. And we basically took. And Summer Moon was the obvious choice because
Yeah.
Tanner and I, like, we had the same thing. People would text me all the time. They're like, "I'm at Summer Moon." Like,
I'm so glad you
It
even
was-
did this. Like,
yeah.
you were there all the time.
All the
promoted
time.
the crap out of them. The owners we love. They're sweethearts. The mom
Yeah.
and daughter.
so
Yeah.
we did this event where we just had, I think we had stickers on the coffee that was just like, hey, if this coffee has a sticker, you know it's on our tab. So
Yep.
people would come, they pick up their cup, they go get whatever they wanted. So Summer Moon, when they found out we were doing it, they told us, they were like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. We are going to give you like a giveaway so that you can give your
Yeah.
clients,
Yeah.
something for coming in. And we were like, oh my gosh, of course you are, because you're the best.
Yep.
Well, when we went to go pay for our tab, they then told us that
It was.
the giveaway that they gave us, we got charged for. And it was the most ludicrous price for a coffee mug and a hat.
And a hat.
Wasn't it like $60? It
No,
was
it's more
something,
than that, dude.
It was
$100.
$85
Yeah, exactly.
for a
A
hat and a mug.
a mug, and I think a bag of
A
coffee.
bag of coffee.
Which, if we would have bought all that separately
It'd been
without
like
their
25.
gift, it would have been.
Yeah, it's $85.
So we kind of got, I don't know if we got soured from that, but it was just kind of like, oh, okay, cool.
It was.
Well,
Our tab jumped a lot that
it did,
morning.
yeah. It's more than
But we brought in like probably like 50, 55
awesome,
people.
man.
Oh yeah,
It was fun.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was just
Anyways.
kind of funny.
Yeah.
But
But
since
still.
then, we love Summer Moon.
Oh yeah, I still go there all the
They're
time.
great.
Yeah, but
I still go
Parisi's
all the time.
better.
But Parisi's the best latte in town. Period.
Period. Okay,
So.
I do want to have a conversation about the bad parts of North Overland Park.
Okay.
Because I think there are some negatives.
I can give you a couple. Well, one right now, your favorite golf course. There's a lot of construction right there.
Mm-hmm.
The construction on the roads right now between like Metcalf and Antioch and the highway access is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Antioch and 103rd.
I mean, and Metcalf and 95th has some as well, but at the same time, that's very marginal. But there is constant construction there. The negatives also. You tell me some. You go and then I'll dive in because I got a couple too.
Yeah, I mean, mine is in that same vein, but Metcalf.
Yeah.
I mean, Metcalf is insufferable, and it is now that they're doing construction on it, which is not supposed to be completed until by fall.
Yeah.
Which is just a median what they're doing at Metcalf.
That's all it is.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing a sewer line replacement, but it's a beautifying project that's going to take a year and a half.
All the way down.
Metcalf down Old Overland Park it is. I will avoid Metcalf at all costs because they have packed everything in there, and it's still 2 lanes with no left-hand turn lanes.
Yep.
It is a nightmare at all times. Even coming off the highway,
Yes.
like to get home if you work or play in downtown Kansas City, coming back
Oh my gosh.
it is.
Well,
so
yeah.
bad.
When you talk about where traffic gets backed up on 435, it's Metcalf.
It's right after Metcalf.
It's right after Metcalf until
Sorry.
about Rowan Knoll. It is-
Gross. I'm just kidding.
I did that right. I almost like leaned in to do that.
Literally just coughed in the microphone.
Oh god.
But that's probably the worst part. The traffic at Metcalf and then on 435 between Metcalf and Rowan Knoll, the traffic's just, it's crazy. So I would say that. I would say sometimes like the parks, like the walking trails, there's not anything that's more, there's some good ones, but there's also some that are old, like there's no newer like parks or stuff for like kids. Does that make sense?
Yeah, they're all kind of like on the outskirts of Overland Park.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like right downtown, there's not really that much.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's very marginal
Sure.
of things that we don't like, but there is a couple things. But mine for me is mainly just the traffic and road construction because it is so much. They need to do something with Metcalf because they are a positive. Is there is a lot of cool things right on Metcalf, like serve, great coffee shops, a lot of restaurants going in.
Mm-hmm. Texas Roadhouse.
Gross.
Quick
The
rolls and
Are
cinnamon
you
butter.
kidding?
Okay, if the best thing at your restaurant is a roll, you're doing it
It's-
wrong. I get rolls are good, but let's
Are
be
you-
honest.
Okay. I love Texas Roadhouse. It's
Yeah,
the
that-
best chain here.
That tracks. That
Yeah.
tracks. But I'm going to segue to the positive.
Yeah.
Because they are doing something about Metcalf, somewhat,
Yes.
which is the realignment of Marty Street, Metcalf and Marty.
Really?
Yeah. So 82nd Street-ish.
Yeah.
Marty is that weird little. It kind of goes into Matt Ross if you turn left. If you're heading.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
South.
Yep.
North. I'm sorry.
Yep.
If you're heading north, it's between the Taco Naco and the car wash.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
So they're realigning that street. Essentially, what they're going to do is they're going to kind of change it a little bit. It looks like from the plans they're actually taking there's that Tidal Max place, or
Yeah.
which burned that to the ground anyway.
Right.
But I think they're going right through that.
Yeah.
They're going to take the street, they're going to cut it right through that, and they're actually adding in left-hand turn lanes on Metcalf to get in and out of those Marty streets, which
That makes Old OP so much better.
Yeah.
The entrance there, because it's so hard. All right, well, it's story time. I missed it today. I drove right past turning in to get to Parisi and had to go all the way up to like almost, I realized it almost at 75th. That's also my fault because I just was distracted. But yeah, I missed the turn because there's no left-hand turn lanes. It's crazy.
Yeah, now that's not going to be until next year. It's
Yeah.
a long ways away,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Speaking of which, Old OP, some of the restaurants there. You mentioned Taco Naco. If you haven't been there, you need to go. I love Taco Naco.
Have you been recently?
No.
Go recently and see
Is
if
it?
you still feel that way.
Has it changed?
Yeah, I went because I was the same way.
I love Taco.
I went this
still.
weekend. It was subpar.
Well, you know what they just put in? Old Overland Park?
Atomic Cowboy.
Tiki Taco. Tiki Taco is on 39th Street. The first one is by Cave Med.
Mhm.
They put in one down there. Fire.
Okay.
What do you like there?
I like their just basic burrito, and they give you curly fries.
That's a taco spot.
And they're the best curly fries.
They're known for California flavors with touches of Polynesian and Thai mixed with Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
It's good.
I like Tiki Taco a lot. I didn't know what that is, and they just put in Atomic Cowboy.
Atomic, Denver Biscuit
and
Co.
the Dempsey's Biscuit Co. right there.
Mhm.
Dempsey's.
No, it's Denver. Denver Biscuit Co.
Dempsey's is in
Dempsey's is
Wichita.
another one. Yeah.
Here's a hot tip. There was last year I did to try to find the best burger in Kansas City, and Fat Sully's
Ooh, yeah.
won.
I'm saying,
my
yeah,
best
they're
burger.
Fat
They are a pizza joint,
What?
but they've got the smash burgers there. And I remember reading about it, and I was like, that can't be right. But it was so obscure that I wanted to try it, and it was by far the best burger that I had out of my little run of burgers.
Wow.
Okay.
That's always so.
And then across the street from there, underneath the apartments, is AR's brunch.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing brunch.
Very good.
Is
It's-
that new?
Yeah.
I just saw that today. I've never noticed it until
It's
today.
so good.
I think it went in last year.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay.
For all my girlies, Lux Nails, great place to get your nails done. I recommend.
Same.
Yeah, I mean they're doing such great things. Even the like the farmers market downtown,
It's so fun.
Mhm.
so fun. I mean they are doing such cool stuff down there at all times. It's just
Right.
it's fun to watch. It sucks to drive. It's fun to watch.
It is. It's awesome. We all love Old OP. I mean, I don't see anywhere else in Kansas City on the Kansas side right now that is doing what Old OP is doing. It's revitalizing
yeah.
it completely, and why I believe it's the best investment spot if you can find one right now for appreciation value in Kansas City, because it's just insane. I truly believe that in the next 5 years, Old OP is going to be one of the best places to be.
Mhm.
So
Well, let's move back to my neighborhood because I've got some notes on my neighborhood here.
Yeah.
That I'm pretty excited about. So 95th, 97th in Metcalf, 95th Metcalf, 95 Metcalf is what Lane 4 calls it. It's a development. That has obviously, once Lowe's went in, everything exploded there.
Yep.
Now, what's a bummer is they put in 2 steakhouses, which I absolutely hate.
they're fine.
But they are, I mean, I just want unique stuff. Atomic Cowboy, like, that's unique. That's what I love about downtown Overland Park is you're not putting these
Texas Roadhouse.
generic.
You're a Texas Roadhouse hater.
I am. Give me something unique, like served. What a unique concept. That's so cool. Atomic Cowboy, cool. Tiki Torch or whatever it's called. Tiki Taco,
Tiki Taco.
very cool.
Texas Roadhouse, classic.
Yeah, we got Whataburger, Texas Roadhouse. It's just whatever.
Okay, you
It's,
can't complain about Whataburger either, bro. It wasn't even here till Patty Mahomes.
yeah, and then everybody went once and stopped going, and now
Yeah,
there's
true.
90 locations. But here's what's going on, and this is what I was super excited about the QT that went in.
Yeah, that was
Absolutely
right
needed
there.
a gas station
Yes.
close by because
good one. There's no good ones.
there was not a good one. The thing I don't love is now there's multiple plots that are still available, and there's a couple things of what I've heard. One being Panera,
Ugh.
which sucks.
Ugh.
Mm.
The other being a Lifetime Fitness,
Uh-huh.
which sucks. I've heard rumblings of a Dutch Brothers coffee, which
That'd be
I think
awesome.
would be awesome. I've not seen anything there. I've done a bunch of research. I can't find anything other than a possible Panera and Lifetime Fitness.
What's going behind? Is there anything going behind where that mall used to be?
And the Lifetime Fitness, I
That's-
think,
yeah.
is where they're gonna try to
A
build.
big old Lifetime
Mhm.
Fitness.
Yeah, that's at that where the Sears.
It's like
But they
a
have
mobile
like
gym.
they have Chiefs Fit right there.
Yeah, she said it's
You're
also-
on the other side of
Yeah,
Yeah, but still,
it's
it's
literally
still
a
super
block
close.
away
Yeah.
almost. Yeah,
That seems silly to me to go.
yeah.
But there is one thing that I'm really excited about. The old Red Robin went out by Jack Stack,
Mm-hmm.
and what's going in is called Sicky's Garage.
And it's hamburgers,
It is.
diner.
Yeah. Look at this buffalo cream cheese chicken burger.
Is it open?
No,
not yet, but they're building a massive patio on the top deck.
mhm,
which
I
is
saw
awesome.
that. Yeah,
Uh-uh.
It looks so
looks
cool.
cool.
50 burgers, 50 brews. They've got wings. It is like, it seems like Maloney's on steroids, and I love Maloney's in
Big
downtown
Maloney's
Overland
got
Park.
too.
But man, this looks.
They have a
it's-
rooftop too.
It looks like that's
Yeah,
what's going
I saw
in.
that this weekend too. They were building, and I was like, "Is that a rooftop?"
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, look at some of those burgers, man.
Mhm.
I mean, it looks really cool and unique, and I'm excited about that because
Oh, sickies.
that's a thing that personally, like my neighborhood is starting to turn over. I'm
Yeah.
still in a really old neighborhood where a lot of the people, like we don't have a lot of young families in our neighborhood. It's still the people that have been there for like 30 years,
Right.
Which is great. I love it because it's quiet.
'Cause you're an old soul.
Yeah, but this is the type of stuff that I think is going to really bring people. And they've got that
Cool.
brewery that's
Mhm.
right inside there on the other side
Yeah,
too. That
Discourse, I think is what it's called.
it starts with a D for sure.
Yeah, it's like Discourse
That
or
sounds
whatever.
Yeah.
I think what else is over there? They have the really cool antique mall.
Glenwood, yep.
It is amazing.
It's
Never
so
been
big.
It is so big, and it's just a treasure hunt, and it's amazing.
Huh.
I love to go there.
That does remind me. Right next to Red Robin is Ixtapa.
Yeah.
Which is
That's-
a
that's
underrated Mexican place.
That's a cool. It's a
Great.
cool place too because it's not like it's unique Mexican.
Yeah.
And that
It's-
owner, yeah,
It's
that
all, the
is-
owner comes out and talks to you and
Mhm.
talks to everyone.
Right.
The chef comes out like they're on top of it.
Mhm.
It's cool.
It is
It's
really
cool.
I like Ixtapa.
Me too.
We're rambling because we love it.
Well, we do love it. I mean, I think that's
It's a good vibe.
We're North OP's biggest hype men right now.
we have to.
Sponsor
So
us.
let me sponsor us in North Overland Park. So let me ask you this: if you were, I keep mentioning, I would love to invest more in North Overland Park in real estate wise. Is it if you had someone that told you that as a realtor, what would your advice be to them?
As a realtor,
Yeah, or someone like, hey, I want to invest, but I only want to invest in North Overland Park. Would you tell me good luck?
well, first I'd say welcome to the club.
Yeah, true.
But I mean, I had a deal that was very similar to this at the end of last year, where we made an offer that we were up against a bunch of investors,
Mm-hmm.
and they chose to go with a single family, or not a single family, but you know what I mean.
A primary,
Not
non-investor.
not an investor,
Okay.
and they took a lot less money to do that, which I think is really great. But that to me is the way that you invest. I mean, it sounds a little hypocritical because eventually that will become a rental, but you buy a house there and you live there for 4
1 year.
years, 5 years, whatever that may be. 1 year, I guess, if you're a Tanner, but then keep it. I mean, that's the best thing that you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, even if you investing is not in your wheelhouse, I lived in a house for 4 years that went up almost $100,000 in value just in 4 years.
Right.
Like that house, because I bought that house, set me up
For everything else.
for everything else that I've
Mhm.
been to.
Yep.
And that to me is such a big deal
It is.
because I don't see. I think in other areas you could probably make the case of dwindling
Like appreciation. Yeah.
to some degree. I think you could probably be like, eventually that might start to.
Or you'll get back to the norm of like 2 to 3%. Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just don't. The expansion is so big, and now as we start to see people get fatigued by Prairie Village pricing.
Yep.
Overland Park is going to be the next Prairie Village,
Yep. It is.
and it'll become unaffordable here probably in the next
10 years.
10 years. Yeah.
I agree with that 100%. And so that's why I know what deal you're talking about. I actually, as far as investing in real estate, I have a buddy who is on his fifth, he just bought his fifth house now in Old OP. He has bought, and he's a single guy. He bought his first one at 24, and every year he's bought a new one, renovated it while he lived there. Not even renovate, just kind of modernize it, and moved on to the next one. And he has 4 now. He's living in his 5th in Old OP now. And I'm like, good job, buddy. It's not a lot of people want to move every year, but if you're getting out of college, looking for your first house, it's literally perfect. So
Yeah, I mean it's tough. I mean, real estate's tough no matter what.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna be competitive no matter what. But at the same time, you've got all the recipes for that being an area of
It's hard to fail.
dynamite value.
yeah, it's hard to fail. So
And
awesome.
and I don't, like I said, I don't think I'm ever gonna leave Old Overland Park.
I love it. I miss it.
Come on back, baby.
Come on back.
Convince my wife.
Okay.
Yeah, I always tell her. And we lived at 95th and Antioch. I could walk to a Hy-Vee.
Mm-hmm.
Could walk to a bar. I
Mm-hmm.
could walk to any type of food that I wanted.
It's nice.
It's awesome.
Well, now that we're a food blog, that just
no.
reminded me of 2 more things, underrated things that I think would be very beneficial.
Yeah.
Number 1, Hy-Vee has the best take-home pizzas in the entire city, and they're like $9.
Wow.
That's news to me.
We do it every week. Hy-Vee pizza. It's just like in their little deli section, the ones that you take home and
They're
bake.
so good.
They're like 10 minutes you bake them. Unbelievable.
Good to know.
I just like
Yes.
the broths.
Well,
Brats.
these are fantastic. And then you mentioned, what was the second thing you mentioned? Because I thought about it. You said you could walk to Hy-Vee, and what was the other thing?
Bars and food.
Bar.
Oh, the bar at 95th and all.
Oh, the new one?
Wait, I think that's technically Pre-Village, isn't it?
No, it's Overland Park still.
There's
It's-
the bar at 95th and all.
Mm-hmm, they
Yeah.
just put it in. Like,
Last year.
yeah.
Their salads, which is unbelievable thing
Oh, the
for
bar
me to-
salads are awesome.
Yeah, like
Their ranch dressing is homemade. It's so good.
we had some friends come into town and they were like, we want to go to the bar to get their salads, and I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And then I tried one and I was like,
Okay.
I get it, and
I
I
like
went back
it. It's
3
good.
times to get them.
They're good.
Wow.
The other place in downtown OP, thinking of a bar, best place to eat anything. They have the biggest variety of a menu. You can get a lasagna,
Oh,
and it is
disgusting.
phenomenal.
Kimmy and I went for lunch and she ordered a lasagna.
You can get a lasagna, it's phenomenal. You can get a pizza, they're amazing. Their wraps, all the things.
We might need to nickname her Garfield.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Garfield.
Ew. Okay.
All right,
Do you
guys,
even know
well-
the reference?
No.
Thank
Yeah.
you all for joining us. You can tell we get so excited about North OP.
We do, yeah.
It's the best place as far as investing in appreciation value in Kansas City in all 3 of our opinions. Yes, we're homers because we've all lived there, but the reason that we're homers is because we've seen it actually live in our lives, and it's made differences in every one of our next moves. And so we're big homers. If you have questions about North OP, reach out to Jared. He's the king of it. He's literally lived everywhere there and can hook up anyone. So next time, our next location, we're gonna go south of 435.
We will go south.
We're going south, baby.
It'll be interesting to
South.
see the comparisons.
South.
I actually did a YouTube video on this where I compared North and South Overland Park, and it's crazy.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Okay.
It's
I
fascinating.
can't wait to go over it.
Yeah.
If you want to,
Catch
have a
next
plug
episode.
to Jared's YouTube video of North versus South.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't judge too hard. I just started the YouTube.
Oh, that's awesome.
So they say the first 100 videos are bad.
Yeah.
So I'm only at 5. I got a ways.
You got 95 more.
All right, guys. Well, have a great day. Stay tuned for our next episode.
Bye.
Bye.